Pat Poser and Alan Scott, and victory tonight would put Warrington into second place in the championship table. Featherstone Rovers were once in relegation trouble, but they've pulled clear and they've won 3 out of their last 4 away games. Ian Slater, on loan from Huddersfield, is in the centre. Steve Lund, ex-Bramley, on the wing, and back in the pack is Keith Bell at number 11 with David Hobbs loose forward. And now let's pick up the highlights from the first half. Warrington working another intricate move. It's Kelly, the man who pulls the shots. And it's Kelly who has it. Fires a shot to Ronnie Duane. Rovers defence holding, but under a lot of pressure. It's the big New Zealand Maori Pat Poser. Very big man and hard to stop near the line. So Warrington looking for the first score. There's the kick by Kelly. Everyone underneath it. That could be a try. It is. Steve Hesford under that one for the first score.
Well, what a start for Warrington. A beautifully judged kick by Ken Kelly. There's Steve Hesford, number 1, jumps highest of all, catches the defence unawares, despite the attention of Stevie Quinn, for a first-minute try, just the start Warrington wanted.
And Hesford, having scored the try, sets aim for what could be his 99th goal of the season. By his standards, quite a simple one. 99 and 6-0 to Warrington. Warrington tackling, holding out.
So a great start for Warrington and Steve Hesford in particular. 7 minutes later, and it's Featherstone on the attack.
5 yards out still. Spur acting half-back. Gibbons. He keeps it moving to Bell. An attempt to bring Banks into it. It's the last one. Last chance in this sequence for Rovers. And high in the air by Fox. And that could be a penalty for offside, and it is indeed. It hit a Warrington defender behind the line, bounced forward. It was retrieved, I think, by Eccles, and that's a penalty, David Oxley.
Yes, certainly. Bob Eccles a little bit unlucky there, positioned himself well to support after that high kick. Played it almost involuntarily, but certainly Nick Borman's absolutely right. A penalty it must be, a little unlucky, but justice for Featherstone. It's been all Featherstone since that early Warrington score.
Steve Quinn with a simple enough kick to make it 6-2. Steve Quinn has kicked 55 goals this season, dropped 2 goals. He's also got 4 tries, so he's a prolific scorer for Rovers. Steve Quinn is 56th place kick goal of the season.
So Featherstone back in it, but 4 minutes later that man Hesford struck again to record a great personal milestone.
Acting half-back Scott, Kelly, Fieldhouse. Inside the Rovers line again now. That's Kelly working a move with Eccles. O'Mahony, and an attempted drop by Steve Hesford, and it's through the middle, and that, if we count all kinds of goals, place kick and drop kick, is his 100th goal of the season.
Well, you just can't keep Steve Hesford out of the action, can you? Here he is with yet another shot at goal.
Steve Hesford, oh, he's got the height. And superb direction. What a marvellous goal by Steve Hesford. Everything's going well. Eccles, Poser, the 2 drops, and this is good handling by Warrington. They're keeping it moving, and that's a terrific break by Ronnie Duane, and nobody will catch him. Ronnie Duane's in for a try.
watch the way Warrington keep this move alive. It's Roger O'Mahony there to Ronnie Duhane, straightening up and then leaving the Featherstone defence for dead, and he stretches those long legs. Nothing's going to stop him. A very bright prospect, this young man. Must have a tremendous chance of going to Australia, and tries like that will thrill any rugby league audience anywhere in the world.
Steve Hesford looking for 2 more points. No mistake. Warrington 15, Featherstone Rovers 2.
So Warrington threatening a rout, and with Steve Hesford leading the assault yet again.
Another goal to Steve Hesford. He scored a try, converted it, dropped a goal and kicked a penalty. Converted Ronnie Duane's try. Now yet another penalty. Oh, he's not missing anything tonight. 17-2. 2 more points for Warrington, 2 more points for Steve Hesford. Warrington.
So the end of the first half, dominated by Warrington. So 17 points to 4 and a glimmer of hope for the Yorkshire side. We rejoin Keith Macklin shortly afterwards.
Rovers, of course, renowned for forwards using from fit cages. That was Gibbons. Taken by Phil Ford. Oh, and he's motoring just over the halfway line. Eccles, Kelly. O'Mahony, poser. Was having a stormer in the front row, who came in for Tony Worrell. O'Mahony, Kelly, Scott. Kelly. Forster coming inside, pushes off a couple of defenders over the 25. It's the last of the 6 tackles. And there's the high bomb with Fieldhouse going after it. Oh, and dropped. It just needs a touch. But no, 2 movements. The try disallowed. A touchdown behind the line, but Mr. Beaumont disallowed it.
Another superb kick by Ken Kelly, causing a tremendous amount of trouble for Nigel Barker, who's well positioned, eye on the ball and concentrated, but there it pops out, and the ball just shoved over the line there ahead of Ken Kelly, and the try disallowed quite rightly by Nick Craven, who was right on the spot as always.
Penalty, their own half for Rovers. Howard into touch with Quinn. And what a good one it was too. Takes Fay up to the halfway line. With Spurs, the man who plays the ball. Siddall, the first lunge. And not the happiest of evenings for David Hobbs, who knocks on. Just inside the Warrington half. Kelly with the feed and the head. Gets possession. Scott. Oh, that went behind Hesford. He shrugs his shoulders, but it wasn't a knock-on. It went behind him. Warrington moving it out now, but rather getting in each other's way then. The line out not too clean. Fieldhouse. Out of a couple of tackles, gets it out nicely, and started getting a little exasperated by that, I think, because Scott rather ran into trouble instead of away from it. Eccles. Well, Warrington bogged down in the middle. O'Mahony. Hesford. And an attempt to slip the ball out by Roby Muller. The knock-on. Derek Fox feeds, but Warrington got it against the head. Kelly. Mahoney putting it out to Gregory. Duane. O'Mahony. Scott. Kelly. The long one, and that surely was forward. It was knocked forward. And a bit of pushing going on, so Featherstone Rovers get a penalty. The defender was pushed out of the way as he moved into tackle. Knocked on, and it looks like it was in touch, but the penalty, yes, the penalty did find touch. So, platform for Rovers. We use the big front row forwards, Siddall and Gibbons, and these early drives. Now it's being moved wide. Well, moving it on the Warrington 25. Robert Spur. Done that so many times, going from the acting half-back position. Fox. Siddall. Fox getting it back. Close to the Warrington line. Can Rovers pull back a few points? They trail 17-4. The inside pass to Barons, but he knocked on. Barons. Veteran winger, quite a few clubs came from Bradford Northern. Yards from the Warrington line. Mr. Beaumont not happy with the scrum. Kelly to feed. Still not happy. This time it comes out to Warrington. Well, the inside pass was almost put down to earth, but held by Duane after a juggle. Only bounced. Poser. That's Kelly. Trying to wriggle his way through. Fieldhouse straightens it up, drives down the middle very strongly, gets almost to the halfway line. The last of the 6 tackles. An attempted kick to touch. Rovers about to make a second substitution. They've already got Lyman on for Hankins. Richard Marsh is warming up, but Featherstone are warming up with a break down the middle. Good one by Alan Banks. Oh, that could be a knock-on. Indeed it is. Unfortunate, a nice move was building up, but Keith Bell couldn't hold the inside pass.
Featherstone handling, letting them down all evening, Keith, and I must say Alan Agar won't be too pleased with that. They've looked bright, they've looked adventurous, but the handling really has been very uncharacteristically poor.
Mr. Beaumont not at all happy. They're scrummaging a bit untidy too, David.
Just deteriorating a little at this stage. One or two tired players out there. There's been a lot of movement in the game, though most of it has come from the Warrington side.
Featherstone get another penalty to help their cause along. They trail 17-4, looking for their first try. Hobbs. Using two line kickers, Steve Quinn and David Hobbs. Spur. Bell. Siddall. Spur again. The other prop, Gibbons. Perennial acting half-back. This time Fox comes into it. Yards from the Warrington line. Ball played very quickly. A nice inside pass, but it went to earth. That again, as we were just saying, that was a nice move, a nice reverse pass. But the ball put down. Looks like one against the head for Rovers. Yes, indeed, Fox comes away with it. Now, can they do something this time? They've got a few Alan Agar-inspired moves there. A little nearer the line. Spur, but the ball was not played. Oh, penalty to Rovers. Well, for a moment, it looked, David, as if that ball was not played properly. But Mr. Beaumont says a penalty to Featherstone.
Yes, he was signalling interference at the play of the ball, and Warrington may feel a little aggrieved by that.
Close to the line. An attempted drive over the line. It must be only inches away. Fox. Hobbs. What a strong forward, but brought down a foot away. Rovers going hard for the line. There's Bell. Slips it inside. Rovers just can't get over. The Warrington defence holding. Fox plays the ball. Play on as Bobby Spur drives for the line. Still it's Rovers. The kick underneath it, Ford. Kicks it dead. Drop out from under the post. So Rovers not giving up, taking the play to Warrington. Close to a try on one or two occasions if they could have held their passes. 17-4 Warrington lead, but Featherstone Rovers coming well into this game. That could be a try. Oh, he's just a foot away at the corner flag. Great effort by David Hobbs. Scrum very close to the Warrington line. Can Rovers keep it up? Badly need this ball. Kelly has the advantage of the feed and the head. Get another penalty for not retiring.
Mick Bowman making his views very clear there to Ken Kelly. Get back, retire, he said.
Rovers still looking for that elusive first try, but taking the play strongly to Warrington. They're just 2 yards away now. And they move it out. Siddall. Hobbs. Barker. And Banks. Trying to bring Lund into it. Good running. So close again, Rovers. Spurs the acting half-back to Fox. Short kick through by Siddall. That'll be a penalty. Obstruction. He was pulled down as he kicked and went for the line.
Gary Sindall very intelligently drawing the fence, putting this little kick through. I think John Fieldhouse perhaps rather harshly penalised there, but what Mr. Beaumont has undoubtedly given is a penalty try. And this is going to be a 6-pointer.
And Ken Kelly, for arguing about that, is leaving the field. At the request of Mr. Beaumont. Ken Kelly argued.
Certainly, he must have had words there. I must say, personally, I thought John Fieldhouse had clipped the ankles of Gary Siddall as he covered, but whether it was deliberate or not was certainly debatable. Be that as it may, it's cost Warrington 6 points. Featherstone have certainly worked hard for them in this last 10 minutes, and the game is wide open again.
Hobbs has taken over the kicking at goal and landed that goal. 17-10 and a storm of booing. Kelly off the field, a penalty try, and Mr. Beaumont getting the sort of treatment that is normally known as a hostile demonstration.
Number 7, Derek Fox, firing it out to Gary Siddall. Number 8 takes it well. Now, the thing to watch for is number 12 of Warrington there. John Fieldhouse, does that constitute a deliberate foul? Mick Beaumont, well positioned, said yes, and his decision was quite decisive, quite clear. A penalty try with a conversion under the post and 6 points to Featherstone.
And that has opened up this game with a vengeance. 20 minutes to go. Warrington 17, Featherstone Rovers 10 as a result of that penalty try awarded to Gary Siddall. The goal was kicked by David Hobbs. And that's given Rovers new heart. Attempted break down the left by Steve Quinn, but Rovers putting more fire into their game now. And yet another penalty to Featherstone, and the Warrington crowd are getting very, very annoyed at this. In fact, Kevin Ashcroft, the Warrington coach, is having words with Mr. Beaumont.
I thought Mick Beaumont was absolutely right there. The tackle seemed to be completed to me on the Steve Land, the left wing of Featherstone, before he was dragged into touch. But clearly the Warrington bench would not agree with me.
And this game is really boiling up. That's Gibbons. It was 17-2 at half-time. It's 17-10 now, and it's been all Rovers in the last 10 minutes. A lot of penalties Warrington have conceded. And a tremendous cheer from the crowd with a degree of irony as that Featherstone Rovers move is brought to a halt by the award of a scrum by Mr. Beaumont. Beaumont again not happy that went in. Oh, a penalty to Warrington, and you can hear what the Warrington crowd think about that. Hesford with the kick. Warrington has been rattled on the terraces, in the dugout and on the field by Featherstone's comeback. But they have possession inside the Featherstone half. Poser. Fieldhouse. And a penalty to Warrington, a little roughing up in the tackle. Bouncing him down, Mr. Beaumont's signal. And a chance for Steve Hesford to put 2 more points over and widen the gap. Steve Hesford, having topped his century of goals for the 8th consecutive season, ready to pile on a couple more. Accurate as ever. Warrington 19, Featherstone Rovers 10. In this game, he has now scored 15 points. He's the club record goal scorer. That brings his cumulative total to 1,120. And his total points in his career, 2,324. O'Mahony. Eccles. Oh, trod on the ball. Play on, says the referee. Phil Ford. Phil Ford. 6 more because a Featherstone player touched it in the middle of the movement. Ford still going. Scott. Fieldhouse. 10 yards from the Featherstone line. And the touch judge is on. A Warrington player lies prone. The touch judge is on. Keith Bell is the man with referee Mick Beaumont. Well, there's the Warrington bench. Derek Whitehead and Kevin Ashcroft. So another penalty kick for Steve Hesford. Kevin Ashcroft coming to the touchline. Full of incident. Steve Hesford, if he lands this, will make it 21-10. Oh, he's got his shooting boots on tonight. 21-10. Ford. Well, Warrington appears to have steadied themselves with the aid of a couple of penalties after those traumas in the middle of the half, which brought that dramatic penalty try award to Gary Siddle. That's Poser. Fox. Gibbons. But Rovers still putting a lot into it. That's Lyman. Sub for Hankins. Slater. David Hobbs managing to release the ball, got it out very nicely. Barons, and he's dropped it. But it came back to Featherstone. They have 6 more tackles. Westwood getting tangled up. Just 7 yards from the line. Ian Slater. That's Fox throwing it out. Banks. Oh, there's a 3-to-1 overlap. But he went inside towards the post. Banks. Still Rovers go forward. 5 yards from the line. Derek Fox going himself. 10 minutes remaining, 21-10. Rovers full of fight. Fox, Robert Spur, half-back. That's Siddall to Bell. Back to Hobbs. And again Bell. A try! Rovers, it's Bob Spur, the hooker, has put Rovers back in it again. Robert Spur.
Tremendous play by Keith Bell on the ball now. Number 11, there he goes, driving for the post, turning in the tackle, and watch the support play from Bob Spur, number 9, on the ball there, too quick even for our cameras, and over he goes for a try close enough for Steve Quinn to bring Featherstone right back into this game, and surely a grandstand finish.
In fact, the kicks by David Hobbs, and this would make it 21-16. And does so. So we're in for an exciting last 9 minutes. David Hobbs taking over from Quinn and kicking that. David Hobbs, who kicked the goal from Siddall's penalty try, and now from Bob's first try, makes it 21-16. And in this dramatically exciting second half, where everything's happened that could possibly happen, Rovers are back in it. Warrington have Ken Kelly back on the field now to help their cause. He had a spell cooling his heels and his temper after having words with Mr. Beaumont following the award of a try to Gary Siddall. But at 21-16, this is anybody's game. It was 17 points to 2 at half-time for Warrington, and Rovers have come back, but now it's Warrington again with Gregory. O'Mahony. Half-back Scott. Poser. Scott. Kelly. No, a drop goal by Eccles. Yes! Little breathing space. Eccles drop goal.
Well, sensible play this by Warrington's Bob Eccles, receiving from number 6. There he is, number 8, nicely lined up in the centre, plenty of time, slots it between the posts for an important one-pointer, because that means Rovers have now got to score twice to get their noses in front.
22-16, but what a thriller. You couldn't wish for more incident than this game has provided. Fieldhouse got it out well. Good running by the Warrington forwards. That's loose forward Carl Webb. Kelly is acting half-back. They're going in hard now, Warrington, looking for the kill. That's Eccles. They know that one more score will probably finish it. Kelly. Barker. The ball dropped, and fortunately for Rovers, Ford couldn't pouch it. Full credit to Rovers. They've made a real second half fight of it. A match which looked won and lost at half-time when Warrington led 17-2. What a most dramatic second half. Fox coming away with it. Not so far. Rovers could draw level if they can touch down and kick the goal. They're a long way away at the moment, but they've done it twice in this half. They're up to 25.
There again, there is number 11.